Disney is in full-fledged panic mode right now as Strange World, their latest offering in the theaters, is bombing tremendously. Historically bad numbers for this film, by the way. Strange World is Disney's biggest bomb in years. This is a historic flop for Disney. This movie is not going to make any money whatsoever, and Disney is panicking because of that. And it's so bad now that there is definitely something that seems to be happening with the Rotten Tomatoes score that is very suspicious as we are watching this score start to climb up again. As you can see here over on Rotten Tomatoes, it currently sits at 60% fresh when it was down to what, like 55% rotten yesterday. So the score is going backwards. It is actually going up. And I think there are definitely some suspicious things that are happening here with this, and I have some of the proof there to show you guys. And we've talked about this with, Wakanda Forever recently as well. We've talked about this with some of the other films that have come out from Hollywood recently. Some of these films that are supposed to be woke benchmarks for Hollywood that are completely failing in the box office, completely failing in theaters, and then they start to have to be propped up when it comes to the audience score and everything else. And Strange World is no exception to that from some of the very weird things that I have found in the reviews. So we're going to get into that and see what is going on here, because Strange World, I can't say for certain that this is indeed what is happening, okay? Let me just make that clear. But there are definitely some very fishy things that are happening, especially when you consider the fact that this score is only rising, despite the fact that there are many, many people that are not happy with this film. And even if we take a look at the all-audience score, it currently sits at 38% rotten. Those are horrendous numbers for this film. But, of course, we talked about the verified audience score before. We've talked about what this feature is that Rotten Tomatoes has implemented. We've talked about the very fishy reasons for why they brought this onto the website. It all had to do with Captain Marvel and the fact that Captain Marvel was getting completely destroyed by fans because people were not happy with a lot of the messaging and Brie Larson and everything else that movie had to offer. So they created the verified audience review system, which we have been very, we've had our suspicions about for years now at this point, with the fact that they can basically do whatever they want with this. They can really rig this however they want. And we are seeing that, especially with a lot of Disney's films that they have been putting out. So with this one, there are a lot that are very similar in a lot of the language and a lot of the key phrases that they are saying. So with this one, I noticed that a lot of it had to do with the fact that they are talking about their grandkids, a lot of grandkids, and a lot of grandparents taking their kids to go see this film, apparently. So, Gret's storyline, the colors were amazing. My grandkids loved it, and so did I. Very vague, as a lot of these are, except for these one-star ones. A lot of these one-star ones actually talk about Disney and the film. The music, the storyline, the excitement of my grandchildren. And, you can find so many that are like this. It's really, really weird. Our grandson loved it. Definitely has social statements. My granddaughter and I love the movie. There's a lot. There's a lot of these. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe this is something that is kind of common with a lot of these films. And so I decided to my granddaughter enjoyed the movie. All of these are 5-star reviews, by the way. And so I was like, okay, well, let's go take a look at one of the other recent films that have come out from Disney that fans actually enjoyed, which was Encanto. And let's see what people were saying for the score for Encanto. And very few actually talked about things like that. A lot of them actually were very specific when it comes to the things that they're saying. The movie encourages us to believe in ourselves. This is a great family movie. These are all 5-star, by the way. I like the message that everyone has a gift, yada, yada, yada. You guys get the point. This was my second time I saw things I missed before. I was still awed by the colorful animation in the storyline. Loved it. And very few of the ones that I have found, at least, were anything that had to do with, with grandkids or anything along those lines that we are seeing with Strange World. Now, a lot of this could just be speculation. Obviously, we don't know for sure that this is what's happening, but come on, we're dealing with mega corporation, billion-dollar corporations like Disney that we know have been involved with some of the shenanigans in the past with things like Captain Marvel. We know that that is what happened. And so it would not be any sort of surprise to see them continuing to do this with some of their films, especially some of their woke, tentpole films that are coming out, that they are trying to continue to push on people, that especially are films that aren't doing very well when it comes to the audiences or the box office, or in the case of Strange World, both. So let me know what you think about all of this craziness in the comments below. There are a lot of woke, ridiculous things that are in this film, and it does not surprise me that people are rejecting it. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.